ho, yeah! I am here to review this fantastic guitar. To be honest, this is my dream guitar. Maybe not this particular model because I did almost own a 59 double cutaway Les Paul in a TV yellow many years ago. Almost owned it. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. And who the heck can afford the reissues? So when I found out that in 2018 they'd be coming out with a kind of an updated, modernized version of this amazing guitar, I was really excited, and I'm like, holy moly! But then I found out they weren't making a whole lot of them. So what I did was I kind of just waited. And I spoke to my local guitar shop, which is Long and McQuaid, and I'm gonna thank them for this. I was told that they would have one in stock eventually, and here it is. So clearly, it's a little bit different than you normally see on a double cutaway Les Paul TV yellow. I'm gonna talk real quickly about the way it looks and the way it feels, and the difference between this and the old ones and the reissues. And if you want to skip through the talking, I'll press the thing so you can forward yourself to the future where I'm playing it. The first very obvious, there's a few very obvious differences, but to me, the first very obvious difference was the pickguard. And the pickguard's tortoiseshell, and you know how it's sort of, on the old ones, it's got the black pickguard and it extends this way between the two P90s. Or there's a little bit of a black piece of a pickguard above the neck pickup. That was a difference, but I really dig the tortoiseshell. I think it looks really cool. But I won't lie, I'm probably gonna put an old black one on there if I could find one that fits. The second difference, biggest difference, is the way that it's cut. If you look at photos of older ones or reissues, you're gonna notice that the cutaways, it appears to be much different. If you remove, say, the material from right here and right here, it would look a little bit similar, but I think it's not so much the cutaway, it's the fact that the fretboard isn't all the way up here. I might be totally wrong on the way that they've constructed this guitar and how I'm describing it at the moment. The fretboard, it extends more into the body, and if you look at the back, you can see that. Because on the older ones, it kind of felt like it was not flimsy, but like, if you dropped it, if the headstock didn't break, like on most Les Pauls, the neck would just snap right off that area right there. So I think having it kind of extend into the body more and giving it more material, for safety reasons, I think that was a pretty smart move on their part. It's gorgeous though. Like, if you look at just the top here, hopefully you get a nice shot of this. It's very translucent, which is important. Some people are looking at pictures online and they're thinking, well, that looks like a solid yellow to me. It's not a solid yellow. You can see through, right through to the grain of the wood, and it's the way it should be. So they've also gone ahead and they've done the wraparound bridge. They have not put any intonation nubbins on there. That's what I call them, intonation nubbins. It just wraps right around, and let me tell you something. It sustains like you don't. It really sustains beautifully, and the intonation is actually very, very good. It's beautiful. The knobs are beautiful. The pickups sound astonishingly period correct to the 59s and the 60s that I've played. Another thing you'll notice is the strap button, rather than being right here, which is what an SG has. It's got the strap button right there. They've moved it to right there on the cutaway right there. It does feel a little bit different. It feels more like a Les Paul, like a standard Les Paul without this cutaway, rather. Because your standard Les Paul's got a cutaway here, does not have a cutaway right there. But it does have a button, and it feels pretty good. It's not too bad. Let's look at the back of the headstock here. All right, it's interesting what they've done to the front and the back of the headstock here. They've got a banner in kind of old school style writing, and it says, "Only a Gibson is good enough." Some people might argue with that, but they kind of hit a home run, in my opinion, with this dude. Or chick, I don't know what the gender of this guitar is. I haven't figured it out. I haven't even named it. And another cool feature, in my opinion, is the logo. The logo is, it's the kind of the old school 40s Gibson banner logo. It'd be cool if they would have done it with like abalone inlays rather than silk screened it. But you know what? I don't really care all that much. I think this is a great guitar. I think it's fantastic. I think they really hit the nail on the head. Another major difference is, and I think Gibson kind of goofed on this, because if you check the website, it'll say rosewood fretboard. But I don't think this is a rosewood fretboard. I think, and I am sure I'm correct, that this is a Granadillo fretboard, which you see mostly on the 2013 Gibsons. The studios mostly had Granadillo fretboards. And there could have been more. I don't own a lot of 2013s, so I'm not sure. And not just Granadillo, I think it's baked. But this one, if you can tell, it's very light. It's a very light board in some spots. In others, it's darker. But you know, it sort of has a bit of a tiger stripe sort of look to it, which I really like, to be honest. I think it's unique. It's not exactly the way people think of one of these guitars when they think of it. You know, it's just a little different, and it's just like me in that sense. So I really dig it, and the P90s are great. It's just gorgeous. It's just a gorgeous guitar. You know, I'll do a little turn for you so you can see it better. I'm turning on my hand and it hurts, but I shouldn't have said that out loud. Oh, another nice thing is the binding on the neck of the guitar. It's beautiful, and I must say they did an amazing job setting this thing up in the shop. Like when I got it, I just had to do a bit of a neck adjustment, and that was that. The frets are very even. Everything is very, very, very well done. It just feels like it's supposed to. You know, it feels like a Gibson Les Paul double cutaway. You know, like it feels the way it's supposed to. It looks a little derivative of what it, you know, the originals look like, but it still looks the part, in my opinion. Man, and it sounds just freaking killer. So without further ado, I am going to play it, starting with the neck position and working my way from the neck to the middle to the bridge. And I will play clean with a little bit of compression. Yeah, just compression for now. A tiny bit of reverb. I'm using a Fender Vibrolux reverb amp set at 2. Yeah, this thing gives its own bite. Even if you're on clean, if you're all the way up, if your knobs are all the way up and you're playing all the way to 10, it's gonna distort your amp a little bit, and that's kind of the point of the P90s, right? I mean, it's like a quintessential like punk rock guitar, but it's also extremely versatile, and you can use it for jazz, and you can use it for anything. Honestly, it's amazing. So yeah, I'm running it through the Fender Vibrolux Reverb 68 reissue, and just using some compression for now. I'll go clean, and then I'll throw some dirty on there. I'm probably going to use a KLON for that, just a transparent overdrive. Seems fitting because it's got this beautiful transparent yellow finish. And then we're gonna put it through a mix and see what it does in a mix. So stay tuned for that, and it's coming up right now. Mic'd with the Sennheiser and a Shure SM7B. Reverb is set at 3.5. Bye.